Okay, so it's time to do an update on the solar angle finder, Ptolemy sun angle finder. I've made some refinements. Alright, so first of all, this has to be oriented due north and south. I'll tell you why here in a second, but what happens is the sun will get right over the meridian, and it casts a shadow on the bottom part, and right when those two line up, right now the sun's not directly overhead, so this thing only works at culmination. In other words, the sun, it's exact moment when the sun's overhead, and the shadow from the top piece will cast over the bottom part, and right when that shadow is at that moment, that's when culmination actually is. And this has to be plumb, both ways. So it needs to be plumb north-south and plumb east-west. But let me show you what's actually going on. So I've got a globe right here, and both of these are oriented pretty much correctly. It's that's north, and so as we're spinning, we're spinning on a latitude so there's the equator up, that's latitude, and the spinning direction is the longitude. So these lines. So what this represents is a longitude. So we're spinning, and here in about an hour and some change, our meridian is going to cross over the point where the sun is directly over our head. Everybody on the same longitude is going to see culmination at the same time. So we're here on 30. They're going to meet the sun prior to somebody over here that's on 30, but at 105 versus 75. So that's what this is showing. So if I move this a little bit, see how the shadow comes off? So I'll move it right there. Now read the angle. And I checked it out earlier, it's supposed to be 75.7. I can't really see that right now because it's so bright. Okay, it's got to go up a little bit because it should be about 76. So we got to wait a second. It's supposed to be at 110. See how it's coming off there? So we're still moving. So that went up a little. So we're about 74.5. So let's give it 5 minutes. Alright, so it's been about a few minutes, and actually it has not moved any. So you can see those little slivers of light around you can see those little slivers of light around on the edges there. So let me move it, I'll show you. See that light coming in? Like that. It should be right in the center. This thing's flimsy. I gotta mount it better. I think right as this thing comes over this edge on that side, that's gotta be culmination. It needs to come up a little bit more actually. See, I can see that this side is growing a little bit, so we're still moving. I mean, we're always moving, but we're still going up the hill, so to speak. There we go. So that's gonna be, what was it supposed to be? 75.7, I think, according to the Navy. It's just trig. Nothing else. Let's see, we're still going up the hill. So I'm still making minor adjustments. So it's still coming up. And I've got 113. I'm sorry, 111. It is hot out here, I can tell you that. Now right there, I believe I think that's exactly what we're looking for. See, the shadows coming a little off the front of the thing there. It's perfectly all around. I'm gonna call it 112. Today isn't the solstice, but if I took a time today, I would put it down as 112 because it's exactly going, that shadow's growing less and less on the front edge there. And so if today were the solstice and tomorrow the angle went down, we would know the day before was the solstice. And it's really starting, it's almost like an eclipse, a reverse eclipse. Yeah, that's as good as it gets. I mean, where are we at? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I don't have quite as much angle. This may not be completely plumb. And another thing, I got the angle from a city up the road a little bit, so I'm not gonna see that much angle. And it really does make that much difference. You don't have to be very far north or south for it to change.